wealthiest guy in the world, worth over $400 billion. I mean, it's just astronomical, mentioning that. Along with Zuckerberg, Bezos, the three of them are worth almost $8 trillion. They're all going to be at Trump's side during his inauguration. Musk is going to play an active role in, quote unquote, transforming government. What is all of this stuff is about? What it's about is moving incredibly rapidly toward an oligarchic form of society, where the very wealthiest people will not only own the economy, not only own the media. I mean, Bezos owns the Washington Post, Musk owns Twitter, but also own the political system. One of the issues that we don't talk about enough is that during this last election, a small, tiny number of people, multi-billionaires, poured huge amounts of money into both political parties, and that is, to my mind, not what democracy is about. So you got control of the media by the few, control of the political system by the few, control of the economy by the few. And if that's not oligarchy, I don't know what oligarchy is. And our job is to bring our people together, the vast majority of the people, demand a vibrant democracy, getting rid of Citizens United, one person, one vote, limiting the amount of money big money can spend on politics, and creating an economy in the richest country on earth that guarantees a decent standard of living for all people. That's the challenge.
What do you think Elon Musk is going to do in terms of privatization when he is basically in charge of numerous government agencies now? Like, he's going to have control, or at least a tremendous amount more influence, direct influence over numerous government agencies, some of which are tasked with regulating his companies.
Exactly. And it's not just, don't look at it as him having control over this or that agency. It's the enormous impact that the wealthiest guy on earth, a very smart guy and a very dynamic, hardworking guy, what he's going to have over the totality of the government and the Trump administration. What does it mean? These guys do not believe in government. They aggressively believe in deregulation. They believe in more and more wealth and power people on top right now. You don't hear Mr. Musk talking about the need to provide health care to all people as a human right. You don't hear Mr. Musk talking about the need to make sure that all of our people have decent education or live in safe, affordable housing. That you don't need. What you're talking about is an expansion and growth in technology, which will benefit the people on top, and in my view, at the expense of ordinary people. And you know what else was kind of unique about Musk? A little bit different than other guys. This guy, increasingly, you may have noticed, talking about people with super high IQs. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that kind of language in a very long time. You're talking about a kind of a superior aristocracy. Who are all so smart and know all about technology, have all kinds of wealth, who are living these extraordinary lives, and they're going to be running the world for us. And the challenge of the moment is that with an exploding technology that has the capability of improving life for all, we've got to make sure that that happens and not see more increased wealth and power going to the people on top, which is exactly what Musk is all about. These guys are smart, they are aggressive, they want even more wealth, they want even more power. They are enormously dangerous. What's going on right now is unprecedented. This is not just, rich guys, oh boy, I'd like some more money, I need another 14th house. They want power to go with their wealth.
What would you say to the growing resentment from the American working class against political institutions, the elite, and specifically our government? Do you feel like this level of deregulation and privatization and the erosion of government social safety nets and government programs have contributed to that resentment?
Absolutely. Look, you're the average guy out there. You're not into politics. What are you seeing? You're seeing that in many ways you are no better off, in some cases worse off than a worker in your place 50 years ago. You got that? Real inflation accounted for wages for the average American worker, despite the huge increase in worker productivity and technology, all the computers, all the cell phones. An average worker in real inflation accounts for dollars, not making a nickel more than he or she did 50 years ago. And during that period, a massive transfer of wealth, bottom 90% to the top 1%. And you're looking around you, and you're worried that your children may be in even worse financial shape than you are. They may never own a home of their own. You look at a government, you're hearing all the political bullshit that's out there. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And yet, maybe your job went to China. It's likely that you have a high deductible. You may not have any health insurance at all. Maybe your kid made it to college and he or she is deeply in debt. And you're saying, does democracy really work for me? And a lot of people are concluding, no, it doesn't. And they're willing to move toward a more authoritarian type society run by Donald Trump. You know, what Trump said in so many words, he said, you know what, this system is broken. I'm going to smash it. Well, he's right, the system is broken. Problem is, his solutions are going to make a bad situation even worse. Our job is to acknowledge what Democrats don't. You know what? The system is broken. We need to rebuild the system. People together. We can do it. We should not be the only major country on earth not guaranteeing health care to all people as a human right. You think we can't build millions of units of affordable housing? You think we can't reach out to the world and address climate change? I think we can. Tough stuff. None of this is easy. We can do it. A lot of people are essentially saying, you know, I'm sick and tired. I've heard all of it over and over again. It ain't working for me. Status quo is not what I want. I want change. Trump may be crazy. He may be a pathological liar. He's going to bring about change. So that's what I think we're dealing with.
Do you feel like this was a crisis in communication from the Democratic Party in the past election cycle that led to the defeat of Kamala Harris?
No, I don't. I don't think it's a question of communication. I think it's what the Democrats stand for. So, you know, it's not messaging is art. So if the Democrats believe, does the Democratic leadership believe that the current system is broken? You tell me. Have you heard that? People go around saying, look, there's something wrong when we have massive income and wealth inequality, when we're the only major country not to guarantee health care to all people, when you got 800,000 people sleeping out on the streets, when we have an opioid epidemic, when our public schools are failing. You know what? Guess what? The system ain't working. Do you hear Democrats say? You tell me. I mean, I'm sitting in the Beltway. I don't hear it. Do you hear it on the outside world?
No, absolutely not. That's why I was wondering what your opinion is. Is it malicious? Is it incompetence? Is it because we are now seeing the likes of Chris Murphy, for example, come to terms with a more left-wing populist message that they want to adopt. Now, you say that it's more than just the message. It's actually about dramatically changing the policy, dramatically changing the direction away from this zealotry that they display in terms of defending third-way neoliberalism. And I 100% agree with that. But will there actually be a change in your estimation within the Democratic Party? Do they actually want to win elections? Do they actually want to change the trajectory of American politics away from the throes of fascism?
They want to win elections, absolutely. Are they willing to take on their corporate sponsors?
How do we build sustainable?
People who finance their campaigns in order to do what is popular and what the American people want, which is the way you win elections. Let me give you just many examples. I mean, I can throw it out. It is one thing to say, okay, we are opposing Trump's effort, perhaps, to throw millions of people off of the Affordable Care Act. And we all agree that should not happen. It's another thing to ask why it is that we're spending twice as much per capita on healthcare. 85 million people are uninsured or underinsured. Insurance costs are going up. The question there is our healthcare system broken or not? I think many Democrats are prepared to say, yeah, it's broken. We need a new system. We need to move toward Medicare for all. Are there some Democrats who are beginning to catch on that there is something wrong when they have lost significant part of the white working class